Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be my May favorites. Now, I don't really have a ton of, I feel like, exciting products to talk about because pretty much my entire skincare routine has been the same, I feel like, throughout quarantine. And then I don't really wear makeup much. Like, I feel like you see me wear makeup a lot because you see my videos where I'm wearing makeup. But like, if you actually see me off camera, like on my Instagram or something like that, you would see that a lot of times I'm not actually wearing makeup whatsoever. I only wear makeup when I'm filming, when I'm sitting to film videos. So yeah, that's the reason I feel like I don't really have exciting products to share this time, but I have like a random bunch of things which I found that, you know what, I feel like these are all products which I feel like I need to talk about for sure. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing today. We're going to talk about a random bunch of things which I feel like I might have discovered in May and I realized how amazing they are. Also, my hair is not the most cooperative today, so if you see me like fidget around with it or anything of that sort, then please don't mind. But yeah, let's dive right in and let's quickly talk about all of them. I have maybe like 6, 7 things here. Yeah, I have total 7 things. So without any further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that I have to talk about is actually something that I feel like you might have seen a lot in my videos, and that is this lipstick right here. So it's basically, let me tell you what it is first. It's the Faces All Time Pro Long Stay Liquid Matte Lipstick, and it's in the shade Make Me Maroon. But it's basically a bold red lipstick. So in all of my videos, if you see me wearing a red lipstick, which I feel like is very like not common for me because mostly you see me wearing like this. One of my go-to favorite lipsticks. It's the Lakme Caramel Toffee, the Masala lips, the one that I always rave about. I still haven't run out of it. So yeah, that's the one that you see me, and you mostly see me wearing either colors like this, or maybe like a nude pink or anything like that. But if you ever see me wearing a red in any of my videos, then it's probably this one. Especially I feel like all of my recent videos, it's always this lipstick. So I figured I'm not a red person when I am like going out, like college, or like when I'm out. I don't really wear red much, to be very honest. So I kind of decided to make this like a lipstick that I wear a lot when I'm filming, and because that is pretty much the only time I wear makeup nowadays. I gravitated this. I do like a very simple, like a super simple look, and you will probably see me either create that look already, or I think it's yeah. I think I'm pretty sure I have already done a Get Ready With Me, in which I kind of share with you the makeup that I do when I'm wearing this lipstick. So I will try to remember and link the Get Ready With Me video in the description box, in which I kind of share the look. I know it's a long shot, like you watching a half an hour video just to see like a simple makeup look, but it's basically just highlighter on the cheekbones, and that's the only face makeup I do apart from loose powder, and then eyeliner, maybe a little eyeshadow in the crease, and this. It's a super simple, but like I feel like red lipstick on its own makes a statement. And I have to say that this is a really nice, comfortable formulation, but it's not long lasting. So it's something I personally wouldn't recommend, but I wanted to share all of this because I feel like I have been wearing this lipstick a lot, so I definitely have to mention that. Especially because I'm not a red lipstick, or I'm not even a bold lipstick kind of a person. But yeah, that's the reason I wanted to throw this out there. For anyone out there who might be into reds or might be into bold lipsticks, and I also have to quickly mention the lip liner. I feel like with bold colors you definitely need a lip liner. I move into nudes, which is why I'm not really into lip liners, and I have mentioned that in the past as well. This is probably one of my only lip liners which I have in my active collection of lipsticks and like products which I use. So yeah, even though I'm not a lip liner kind of person, I feel like whenever I'm wearing this lipstick, I always need a lip liner to make sure that I don't like mess. Like I feel like with a nude, even if you like go above the line and if you like mess it up a little bit also, it doesn't really matter. But when you do it with the red, I feel like it is really noticeable. So yeah, if you want a really clean application when it comes to a bold lipstick, and if you are not good with it, or if you feel like you can't perfect the lines very well, then definitely use a lip liner. So I don't fill in, I just draw the line with this. It's the Faces, again, same range, Faces All Time Pro lip definer in the shade Maroon 06. I feel like, yeah, It's the same brand, same range, pair really well together, and the shade is really great. I don't know how I didn't realize this, that both the lip products are from the same range and the same brand and everything. But yeah, it's a shade Maroon 06, and I feel like, again, just like this says maroon, but it's a red. I feel like this is also very similar. So yeah, I just had this liner and I brought it with another lip liner I remember by the same range, which I really liked. And yeah, this is like my current go-to combination a lot of times when I'm filming. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly mention that. Moving on next to, let's talk about another product which I feel like I mainly use when I'm filming, and that is a face mist. So I'm going to quickly explain how I use it, and then I will tell you why I'm particularly mentioning this product. So what I basically do is I do my skincare after a shower, but I don't film exactly after that. So maybe I will like take a shower, then have brunch, or rather I should say lunch, because technically for me it's brunch because it's my first meal of the day. I wake up pretty late, but yeah, I kind of have, like, I would say, a gap of an hour and a half between me doing my skincare and me doing my makeup, and I feel like that is the case only now, but it's not the case in regular life. Like, regularly, I wake up in the morning, I take a shower, I do my skincare, I will maybe have breakfast, which is like a gap of 10-15 minutes maybe, and then I will do my makeup. So I feel like this tip is not necessary then. So I feel like it is very specific. If you have a kind of a lifestyle where there's a lot of gap between you doing your skincare and you doing your makeup, and if you have oily skin, then I feel like it's a particularly necessary tip that I want to share with you. So what you could do is that you can take a cotton pad or a wet wipe or something like that, spray a little bit of face mist on it, and kind of wipe down your whole face. And I feel like any kind of excess oiliness or shininess that you might have on your face, me specifically on my T-zone, you can just clean all of that really well with a face mist, and then you can move on to doing your makeup. I feel like my base looks really great, and I feel like my makeup applies really well because of this particular tip. So yeah, that is why I've been majorly using a face mist a lot. But I honestly, for that particular tip, I would use any face mist. But the reason I wanted to particularly mention this is because even if you don't want to use this tip, I feel like this is a great product. I You definitely can't tell, but this product has been used a lot, and actually not by me. It's been used a lot by my mom. So basically, she has dry skin, but she sweats a lot, and mainly on her face. Like sometimes she would just be casually sitting at home, and I will, like, we turn to her and see that her whole face is covered in sweat, especially now that we're in the summer. So if you are someone who sweats a lot, or even if you have oily skin, I feel like this is a great product because it's going to refresh your face, and I feel like especially this particular version, which is the tea tree and basil. By the way, again, I think I didn't mention what product this is. It's the Juicy Chemistry tea tree and basil face mist. This is definitely the older packaging. They have revamped their packaging after I got this, so now when you see the products, it's in a different packaging. But yeah, I have the older packaging, and this is a product which I gave to her because I feel like all my other face mists are just random things, but I started using this and I felt like it did a really good job at mattifying my face and keeping my face matte but hydrating it at the same time. So yeah, that's the reason I actually gave this one to her, because I feel like she needed it more than I did, because I do have oily skin but I don't like sweat on my face or anything, and sometimes honestly we just share this product. It's also supposed to be great for acne control, but I haven't really seen that. I feel like if you have acne prone skin and if you want a face mist, this is a great option to go for. So yeah, that's the reason I wanted to recommend this. If you want, if you are very sweaty on your face, or if you have oily skin, or I feel like I kind of did a good job at explaining who this would be really great for. So yeah, I definitely also look forward to repurchasing this. I'm not really big into face mists, but I feel like this is one that I really like, especially for the whole mattifying aspect. So yeah, that's the reason why I definitely wanted to recommend this. So yeah, that was that. Moving on next, there is one product that I'm actually going to cheat with a little bit, but I feel like I still have to mention this because I've been using it since the past, I want to say 1 week, and I haven't seen good results or anything as such, but I feel like it is just a great product in general, and I've been really enjoying using it. And it is the Kaya Lighten and Smooth Under Eye Gel. So this one is supposed to be great if you have puffy eyes or if you have dark circles. But personally, I would say I don't see any eye cream really getting rid of dark circles or anything. I have to be very, very honest. I feel like they can improve the appearance, and if you use them long term, then you will definitely see that result. But if you stop using it, you're gonna definitely go back to normal. That is what I feel. So if you are someone who is ready to invest in an eye cream for the rest of your life and use it every single day for the rest of your life, then I feel like sure you will see really good results. But yeah, this is something I did not really expect much from, and I just had it lying around. So I thought that since I'm done with my Ola and Dixon eye cream, let me just start using this one, and I did. And what I have to say is that I really like the consistency of it because it's a gel and it's not an eye cream. I feel like it's got like a consistency that I don't mind. It's more lightweight. I don't like something that is super duper thick on my eyes, and since it's a gel, I feel like I really like the consistency. But I also like the fact that it's a little bit cooling as well. I feel like a slight cooling sensation when I'm applying it and I'm massaging it under the eyes, and that is also something that I really really like about it. It's priced at 500 bucks, so I would definitely say that it's not necessary to go for this if you really want an eye gel. You can also definitely go for the one by Biotique. I spoke about it quite a bit. I want to say maybe a year or two ago, and I still stand by everything that I said in those videos when I spoke about it. I feel like that is definitely cheaper, and I'm pretty sure you get the same amount of product. I'm sure that was 15 ml and this one is 15 ml too, and that is like 200 bucks. So you can literally buy it double the quantity for the same price. So yeah, I have to say I wouldn't particularly highly recommend this one to be very honest, but I have been using it and I have been loving it, which is why I wanted to mention it. So yeah, if you are on a budget, try the Biotique one first. If you have tried the Biotique one and your opinion is so, and you want to try out a different eye cream, then maybe you could give this a shot as well. So yeah, just wanted to quickly mention that because it's been a recent favorite, and I know I haven't used it for a month, but in the few days that I've been using it, I'm really been loving it. So yeah, I had to mention that. I feel like there is another product which I forgot to bring, which I just remember because I remember there were two products which were like recent editions, and I don't see it here, so I guess I forgot it in my vanity. But that is, I basically didn't want to talk about the specific product, but I wanted to talk about what it is made up of. So I'm talking about the Sugandha of Helichrysum and Rosin serum. It's called a serum, but to me it's honestly an oil. I use it like a facial oil, and even if you look at the ingredients on the product, it's pretty much an oil itself. I will leave a link for it in the description box just in case you're interested. You can go and check it out. It's got a bunch of like different extracts and everything, and I've been using it, I want to say, for the past again 1 week or so, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, it's another product which I've been really loving, and I mainly got it because I saw a lot of good reviews on rosehip oil in general. I've heard a lot of people saying that it does a very good job at taking care of scarring. It's also a very good anti-aging ingredient. It's also a very good product just like for moisturization, like especially I feel like for oily skin people it's very difficult to find an oil, and I know that a lot of you have oily skin, so I feel like because we have a similar skin type, I have to talk to you about this. So rosehip oil is one of the oils which is not super duper heavy on the skin. So yeah, I feel like I definitely had to mention it. So if you have any kind of pigmentation, acne scarring or anything, I would definitely recommend you to check out the rosehip oil. I feel like the brand honestly doesn't really matter to me. It's all about how effective the product is, the amount of concentration of rosehip oil that goes into it. So I will definitely say look for something that is organic and which is 100% rosehip oil. So the more potent it is and the more I would say not mixed with fillers it is, the better it is. And personally, I can't vouch for the one that I'm using right now. I wanted to mention that as an option that you might have. But again, like I mentioned, I've been using it for just a week, so I can't vouch for a product this soon. But I will definitely keep you guys updated. I've shared this on my social media enough that I'm planning like my next brand review is going to be on the brand Sugandha, which if you haven't heard is basically a brand which has a lot of really good ingredients in their products, and it's also an Indian brand which I would love to support. So yeah, I'm currently trying out a couple of the products and I have the others, so I'm gonna like start incorporating them in my routine as well. So you'll probably see me talk about a lot, like you will see them a lot in my videos, and I will also do a dedicated skincare brand review on them very soon once I've tried and tested all the products enough. So if you're interested, stay tuned for that. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly mention just rose oil as an ingredient because it's been something that I have been really loving recently. I feel like I'm using vitamin C in the morning and then rose oil at night, so I feel like I'm getting as much of it as possible in both of my regimes, and hopefully all of the marks that I have go soon. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly mention that. Moving on next to another thing which I feel like I have actively incorporated in my skincare routine. I feel like I was lagging a little bit on it, and I saw the results because my skin was breaking out. I had just like a lot of things going on my skin which have cleared now, like you can see. Of course, I have marks and I have some bumps, but the situation is a lot better than what it was, and thanks to, I want to say, this particular product and also just what it contains. So this is the Ulla Henriksen Balancing Force Oil Control Toner. It's basically a toner that has AHAs and BHAs in it. It's got salicylic acid, lactic acid, and glycolic acid. I'm pretty sure it's got all three. And this is one of the products that I got from Sephora a couple of months ago. So yeah, like you can see, I have used quite a bit of this. Yeah, I'm more than halfway done, and I will be again doing a dedicated video on this along with some other Ulla Henriksen products. But I just wanted to quickly mention that I feel like if you have things going on with your skin, especially in terms of like maybe bumps or maybe like acne, or maybe if you feel like you have a lot of skin texture, AHAs and BHAs and chemical exfoliation is something that you should definitely get into. So yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to mention this, because this is a step which I feel like I have been incorporating. If you watched my morning skincare routine video, you would have also seen this video and you will kind of see how I use this. So I don't want to talk a ton about that. I will just leave the skincare routine video in the description box if you haven't watched it yet. But I want to quickly mention this because I feel like chemical exfoliating toners is something that I have now incorporated in my regime, and I'm really happy with it. So yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to mention this. And yeah, that was that. Moving on to another product which I feel like again I've used a good enough like amount of this, and I will not say that I have been using it just the past 1 month. I've actually had this for a while and I've been using it since a while, but somehow I never realized that I should mention this. And I have to say that I've recently found kind of a place for this in my life. I would not say that it's a great serum. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, this is the Kaya Hair Root Resin Hair Protector Serum. So yeah, this is basically a serum that you apply in your hair. It's like Livon but a more expensive version of it. I think that's the best way I can describe it. It's something that you apply on like your hair. I mainly concentrate it towards like the lower half of my hair where it's slightly a little bit more drier. But yeah, this is something that you could use on damp hair. But I would not say that this is the best serum, to be very honest. But what I will say is that this is a great product if you're looking at something that you want in your hair to make your hair smell really nice. I know it sounds very shallow, but there was a while where I had stopped using this for a couple of weeks in between, and I feel like I did not see much of a result in terms of like how soft my hair felt when I used this, and I did not use this, which is why I'm telling you that this is not something you should be spending your money on if you want a serum that makes your hair soft. But I feel like when I took a break from this and then when I went back to using this and applied all over my hair smelled absolutely amazing and freaking fabulous. And even right now, like when I just open the bottle and I smell it, oh my god, this smells divine. And if you are someone who wants your hair to smell amazing, then this is definitely something that you should check out. If you're looking out for a good hair serum, honestly I don't have one to recommend. I feel like Livon does a pretty good job and it's very very affordable. But I am looking for again something which will make my hair like even more softer, and I feel like I haven't found the one yet. So I'm not gonna just recommend something for the sake of recommending it. But if you have any recommendations to me, then definitely leave them in the comment section down below. But yeah, if you want your hair to smell amazing, then this is definitely something you should check out. It is expensive, but I'm not telling you that this definitely lasts for a long time, even though it looks like a teeny tiny bottle. But I've been using this for months and I've used maybe like close to halfway of it. So I will definitely tell you that this will last a long time. So yeah, if you're looking for a hair perfume in the form of a serum, then this is what you would check out. If not, then save your money, because it's definitely like maybe $1,000 or like 1100. I'm not sure. So it's definitely not the most affordable product out there. So yeah, wouldn't highly recommend this, but I'm gonna leave it to you. I personally really love it, which is why I'm talking about it. But you don't necessarily need it, if you know what I mean. So yeah. And moving on to the last product that we have to talk about, I did not really expect this video to be as long as it is, but I guess when I start talking, I don't stop. So yeah, I'm gonna just quickly talk about the last product before we wrap up this video. I'm gonna hope that this video is not half an hour long, but we're gonna talk about, I feel like, an old product which I feel like has been in all of our lives for years. I feel like this is something I remember having as a child when I was never into skincare, but this is something which I always had. I had the smaller version of this. This is the biggest size I'm pretty sure that they have, and it's 400 ml. But yeah, this is something that I actually stole from my mom for the sake of this video. So I have a teeny tiny little story for you, which I hope you don't mind. So basically, I've spoken about this a couple of times, but I do get like acne sometimes. If you don't know what acne is, it's basically back acne. So when you get like acne or like pimples, looking stuff on your back, on your shoulders, I have some of it on my chest as well. I feel like I had one load, which has now gone. So yeah, basically it happens to me a lot when I feel like I sweat on my body, but then I don't take a shower. So I will definitely recommend that if you are someone who goes to the gym or you go jogging or for any kind of fitness related activities, definitely make sure that once you come home you take a shower and you don't let the sweat like dry up on your skin and let it cause any kind of acne. So I have dealt with, I feel like, a bunch of it and I've learned from it now. So that's the reason I take good care of it, and I feel like I haven't suffered from a lot of it in quarantine because I'm not really exercising much and I take a couple of showers, I want to say a few times in a day depending on how sweaty I get. So yeah, that's the reason I haven't dealt with it a lot, but the ones that I have in the past have definitely left scars. So if you have any kind of scars on your body, I definitely think that this is a great product that you should definitely check out. This is something that my mom had, and she's the one who recommended when she saw that I have like a lot of marks left from my back acne and my shoulder acne and my chest acne and all of that stuff. And she started putting this on me, and like I started applying this on myself for maybe like 3 or 4 days, and I saw a drastic improvement in just one use. And I was honestly shocked at how good of a job this does at taking care of any scars. So if you have any scars on your body, if you have like maybe pigmentation on your knees from like being very sporty as a child, so if you have like bruised knees or elbows, or if you have any kind of scars on your body, then I feel like this is a great product that you should use to just take care of that. And trust me, you will see results in a couple of days. At least I have, like, it literally took me less than a week for those marks to go away completely. So yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to mention this, because I definitely have to say that it's a miraculous product, and considering how affordable this is, how easily available this is, and how multi-purpose this is, I definitely had to mention it. I have not tried this for my face and taking care of scars that I have in my face, because I have to be honest, I'm a little bit worried considering how creamy the texture of this is. So yeah, that's the reason I'm a little scared. I don't know if it's going to cause any sort of a reaction on my face, but yeah, I would definitely recommend this for the body. And those were all the things that I had talked about. I definitely did not expect this video to be as long as it is, because trust me, I didn't really even have a lot of products and they weren't like super duper exciting or anything. But yeah, I literally did not hope this video is going to be as long as it is. But I'm not going to make it any further longer. I really hope that you enjoyed watching the video, and if you did, then definitely make sure to subscribe and also hit the bell button, because that way you'll get to know every single time I post a new video. I will also have the links and the names for everything in the description box, just in case you're interested in checking any of them out. And I will also leave my Instagram in the description box. You can follow me there as well. And thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. Until next time, bye bye.